behind you, please remove your hats for us, please. Once again, for those of you coming late, please turn off your cell phones, name and affiliation, no video. Lane, give us an overview, please.
Yeah, they outplayed us in essentially every phase of the game. I thought Horton was outstanding. When you have mid-90s, you have a good slider, you have a curveball, and he flashed his change periodically. I mean, that was a lot. Clearly, we didn't recognize it. I thought he did just a phenomenal job. I thought he mixed very well. And when you have that assortment of pitches to deal with, it's difficult, and clearly it was. Godman, they had the matchup they wanted to allow him to throw that inning. He did a nice job, and Michael is similar to Horton, I think. Maybe not quite the fastball, but really the good little breaking ball, and then a slider and a change that he uses well. And we threatened a little bit, but ultimately their ability to punch us out, our inability and their ability to manage their two-strike hitting, to me, was the difference. So it seemed like it was constant pressure, and the reason is they commanded the strike zone a little bit better from the mound and at the plate. Their hitters did a nice job. They used all phases of their game. They ran bases. We knew this was something that was in play for them. They're good at it. You know, the bunt. Again, we had planned for it a little bit. They executed it, and clearly they played a really complete game. Our relievers, you know, you get in that spot where Temple clearly didn't appear to have it. Could he have found it? It just seemed like that was a time not to try to figure that out. We need to have Tyrell involved in this thing, and he got out of it. And our relievers, if I'm not mistaken, all got the guy they came in to face, and nobody could really settle and consistently string sequences together to limit them. We didn't finish them off, and again, to their credit, they really fought through some at-bats and had some big two-strike at-bats up and down the lineup. They played a really, really nice game. You know, Dave's home run was a big boost for us. We needed it, and Carter had competitive at-bats all day. It just wasn't consistent enough, but at the end of the day, when you strike out 14 times, you're not forcing them into enough, and they beat us.
Okay, we're going to have questions for the student athletes now, so raise your hand and we'll get to you real quick. Mark?
Mark Garland, CWS 247. Carter and David, it's been almost 2 months since you guys have lost back-to-back games. How, as players, do you guys flush it and get ready for that next one?
Carter, you start, please.
I think you just have to take it one game at a time. I think that group, or this group, is really good at that, realizing, you know, the importance of all these games late in the year. And so, you know, we're a pretty mature group, and I know that, you know, the off day tomorrow will give us time to, you know, get rid of or get over it, and then focus on the next task at hand, which is Texas A&M.
David?
I mean, we preach going 1-0 every single day. So you kind of sit on this one, and when we come out on Tuesday, try to go 1-0 there.
Okay, next question. Okay, can't see.
Jordan McAlpin with the Omaha World-Herald. For either one of you guys, what was difficult about going up against Horton?
For me, I mean, he had a good fastball, and he didn't seem to be throwing it a lot. He was living with his off-speed stuff. His slider was tough to pick up. And, I mean, he did a good job. He had a good fastball and good secondary stuff, and he was in the zone the whole day.
Yeah, pretty much same thing. He kept all of us kind of off balance with the curveball and the slider, and so, you know, trying to pick up the different pitches was a little challenging for us today, and so tip the cap to him.
Okay, next question. Right here. Tyler?
Tyler Horncomb, Blue and Gold Illustrated. For either of you guys, just based on everything that you've been through the last couple years, and especially the Super Regional at Tennessee, do you feel like this group of guys is equipped to take a punch like that and punch back in an elimination game against another really good team on Tuesday?
David, start.
Yeah, I think we're equipped to do it. We just have to go out there and we have to play our game and execute all 3 phases of the game and better than we did today.
Carter?
Yeah, like Dave said earlier, we just try and go 1-0 each and every day, and I think this, this team is capable of, as long as we play our game, we can go out and compete with anyone. So just try and go 1-0 and play our baseball.
Okay. Any more questions for the student athletes? Okay, guys, that'll do it. As a reminder, the locker rooms are closed to all media at all times, but you can work with their team SID. Matt will handle any other questions you might need, so y'all can go. Thank you. As an aside, you will be the home team Tuesday. You will be the home team Tuesday. So, okay, questions for Link. Starting right over here.
Tim Priester from Irish Illustrated. Link, you had Finley warming up early. Just what were you thinking that, maybe you turn this into like a starting assignment for him at that stage?
Tim, that was interesting. You're managing the game and you're wanting to keep it in striking distance, and it just didn't feel good. Like Temple didn't have it, and as we got a little deeper in the lineup, the thought was maybe Terrell can go in there against the guys that looked like he was going to see, versus in the first inning, if it had gotten really messy, maybe in the middle more, we might have felt like, let's just use Finley and try to get out of this and let him extend. That was our thinking. But once we felt like it was good for Terrell to face the guys and get out of that and then extend, that's why they were both going early. And that's not what you're hoping, you're thinking in the first inning, but we were. And Finley has been good coming in and handling some traffic lately like he did in the regional, and that hadn't been Aiden's forte lately. So we were trying to get one in a position maybe to navigate not as much of a stressful situation, to then flip it and come out clean and really essentially turn it into a start. And Aiden just wasn't quite sharp. He got the pop up in the comebacker, and you're like, all right, here we go. Now we can settle in, and this should settle the game for us. And it wasn't. And they battled. They had some tough 2-strike hits, and they weren't damaging us a lot, but the damage was putting it in play and repetitive quality at bats, and we just couldn't finish them off. They did a great job with it.
Okay, next question. Okay, here.
Sean Steyer's Irish Breakdown. Just what you kind of finished with right there, did it sort of feel like you were watching a mirror image of what you typically see from your guys?
Yes, yes, it is. That's, you saw a little bit of it Friday. That ability they had to finish us didn't give us enough opportunities to truly threaten them. When you punch out 14 times, you're forcing them to record 13 outs in the field. And if it's not in play, there's no chance that little thing falls in or that ground ball works through there. And that's clearly what they did, and that pendulum swung in their favor, in essence, to me, because of that. And they got the bunt down, and you just have to record an out on that. Like, it was set up almost to have a chance at the plate, and he didn't think he did, and that's poor execution that led to more when you hope you're really expecting that play. So they did a very good job of doing some of the things that you have obviously seen us do. But, the punch outs, if I say it again, I would have probably said it 100 times, but to me that was the difference, in just their management of finishing our hitters was better than ours to them.
John?
John Bryce, Irish Sports Daily. Link. You got Finley up early, but you ended up not going to him. Yeah. So Tuesday, is it Liam with Alex and Finley also available?
Yeah, they're all available. Now, who makes the most sense to start? I don't know that just yet. Finley has clearly started games. He's been so good out of the pen. We definitely have options, and the way this is formatted, it gives guys really a chance to freshen up out of the pen. So I think we're okay down there, and some of the guys that threw today would probably be able to help us, including Temple. So Chuck and I will get back and think this through, and we've started a little bit on Texas A&M, but your full focus is really trying to handle the game in front of you and then deal with the next one. So we'll dive into that. We have options. The execution has to be better than it was today, regardless of who we decide to run out there.
Okay, this will be our last question for Travis.
Travis Brown, Bryan, College Station Eagle. Coach, what do you know of A&M, and how do you feel like the two teams match up?
I don't know a whole lot about them just yet. This is a lot when you're getting ready for the one game. Again, we put our focus more on that. So we haven't studied a ton. Now we have what we need. Now it's just a matter of constructing it and diving in. So I haven't gotten that deep onto them. That'll be obviously tonight and like all day tomorrow to try to figure out how to manage them. Clearly they wouldn't be here if they weren't more than capable of playing well. So it'll be a big College World Series game.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you Tuesday.
I can take